Hey everyone, Road Warrior 72 here. We are back for another video, and this one is kind of different. So, may have made a mistake. I've done that lots of times, but I also might have found something really good. So, I picked up a 1993 Nissan 240SX S13. I actually pulled it out of a junkyard, like literally. They pulled it out of the yard for me, and they've rolled it over here to where it's sitting now. We'll go on ahead and do a little spin around of the car. But I guess real quick story is I was in the salvage yard the other day trying to get some parts. Mentioned to them that I was building a 240SX, and they said, oh, we have one down in our storage lot. And I, asked about it. They said, yeah, it's all there, it's complete. It runs as far as we know. It just was having an overheating issue. And so then I came and looked at it, and it's all there. It's a complete car, complete interior. It's pretty rusty, and it's got a lot of body damage, Bondo, but there are some things on it that are just perfect. So I've spent today getting it to where it will roll. Both of the rear wheels were locked up, so I had to take the brakes apart, threw extra lug nuts on, and it cranked over the other day when we were looking at it. But today it's not cranking over at all. It's not doing anything. It's got power, got a good battery. I think it might be because there's no clutch fluid, and it still has the clutch switch in it, and there's nothing happening when the clutch is going down. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it's yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be a project, or it does have a title, which I thought was amazing. I don't know if it's going to be a project for the channel, or if it's just going to be something that I kind of part out. It's got a lot of good parts I can use on my car. But anyway, this is just kind of the first video, and if I do anything else to it, I'll be sure to, bring you guys along with me. Alright, so I put in plugs, wires, fresh battery cables, gas, just a little bit, and this puppy fired up last night. So what I'm trying to do now is actually get it to start. Alright, well, it's real close. Hopefully it actually starts. I mean, it did just now off camera, so we'll see what happens. So it wants to start. I can smell bad gas now. Unfortunately, well, since it was in a junkyard, the tank was drained. You know, however, they never get 100% of it out. However, I could not gain access to the tank. I got 4 of the 6 bolts out. I couldn't get the last 2 out, just because I couldn't get in there with a socket. I couldn't get in there with a wrench. I couldn't even get in there with a pair of pliers or anything. It's, you know, really rusty. Like, the whole thing is rusty. Like, the hole there. We start to see some coming through there. You know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying it, and if I get it started, I'll turn the camera back on. But one thing that I mentioned yesterday is that it wouldn't start when you just turn the key on. Even if you push the clutch down, nothing would happen. So sure enough, I didn't correctly say what it was when I was talking about it, but what I was talking about is this little push button here. So when you push the clutch pedal down, it's missing the grommet that's supposed to be there. And I'm assuming it's gonna have the same problem with the brake pedal, because the brake lights are staying on. But anyway, it had some kind of oil pressure gauge, manual gauge. This is an extra one that I had, but it was just an open line. So I'm gonna keep playing with this thing. All right, one more thing. I don't know if I mentioned it when I was working on this thing at the salvage yard yesterday, but it's been sitting for between 4 and 5 years in this lot. The dash, perfect. Not a single scratch. I'm sorry, not a single crack. Yeah. And like, even the visors, they're in decent shape. You know, I mean, there's a little crummy, but this headliner, perfect. You know, there were some mouse poo-poos. The floor, you know, completely gone on that side. But as we dig deeper into this car, I'll show you guys more of the rusty stuff. But for now, I'm just trying to see if I can get it to start on its own. Alright, one thing I figured out is that we're not getting any fuel to the rail at all. When I turn the key on, I can hear the fuel pump. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe completely plugged up somewhere. Alright, well, it's been a few days since I filmed that last clip, and I think we're going to end this video out here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the car to actually start and run, but we know that it turns over, we know that the engine is not locked up, we know that it will start. We just don't know how good it runs. But we're going to move into the next phase of the project with this car, and with that we're going to start a new video. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.